08 April 2025, New York session market movement, uh, educational video analysis. Right, right into it. First and foremost, what was the trend of the last 8 days before this Tuesday, 08 April 2025? We had a bullish day and a bearish day and a bearish day. I recall off of my mind. So high volume 1,300 pip bullish day at some point, and another, in fact, 6% 6% up day, minus 6% down day, and then let's just ensure that I have the numbers. So minus 6.72% down day, and this one is a 0.6% day. Well, 5.8, but at some point, the market had traveled 10%, which is the largest I've seen this year. It's the largest I've seen ever. So, anyways, a bullish close, bearish close, bearish close, or bearish close as well. The last 3 days before the first bullish day were bearish, and then so 2 bearish days in a row, and then 1 recent bullish day, and then that it was just high volume trading. Like, so when we look at Tokyo, I remember it's 500, if not, it's 219 pips in terms of Tokyo's average, right? And then we see New York's average is like 306 pips. So that maybe is an indicator of things potentially turning out high volume in terms of the New York session. And the move was overall bearish for the New York, and the last day before this was bullish, but the last 2 days was bearish. Looking at the seasonals, in the last 2 years, when Nasdaq has opened up bullishly, right, it has continued bullishly throughout the whole year. And for the first time in the last 3 years, the market has opened up bearishly, and there's a likelihood that it's going to close on a bearish note. So let's speak about price points that were most liquidous. The market resulted in liquidous moves from. We see that at 20 minutes to 4, there was just a liquidous move, meaning that a high volume move that combined contributed 800, and it contributed to over 1,356 pips to the downside. And also at 5 minutes to 3, in fact towards 3 p.m. South African time, we did see the market start to move somewhere, but it wasn't like strong fast. It moved in like 1 hour 30 minutes, 382 pips, and we see that at 20 minutes past 4, for it to move an equivalent amount of pips, it took about 55 minutes, just less time to move the similar amount of pips at 4. So right, we have the liquidity times. We have 20 minutes to 5. We have also 15 minutes to 3, and also at 10 minutes past 6, there's just a liquidity. Stops at 25 minutes past 7, and then at at 15 minutes past 8, there's again high liquidity, and that liquidity increases a lot at 10 minutes to 9. It's just high, and then stops at 15 minutes to 9, and then there's like a range. So let's speak about areas which the market was ranging at. Times we see that at 15 minutes past 5 until 10 minutes past 6, there was a 1 hour range, right? At 7:30 until when the market closed below the range, it was 20 minutes to 9. At 25 minutes past 9 until until the close. In fact, until the close, we wouldn't say it's a range, but the market does go down and doesn't create the high between that time and the market closing, right? That is sorted out. The least liquidest time for this specific session would fall under this the first 30 minutes, like 120 pips compared to what you will see throughout and then the last 20 minutes to the session close, we see like 70 pips because of I skipped one candlestick. So it will be like 70 pips in terms of total price change. And that sorts it out. So where was price responding liquidity from? What are these price levels and how significant are they? We see that at at 15 minutes to 3, the market responded liquidity from a previous day New York session high, right? From a previous day New York session high, the market responds liquidity right after giving a bullish confirmation candlestick. The market moves a little bit against the idea, 14-ish pips, and then moves a total of 338 pips in 1 hour, 15 minutes to the upside. Pausing first, we were still pausing at yesterday's New York session high within that area level, and then we pause finally and eventually at 20 minutes past 4 we stop at the exact highest price point that was traded yesterday. There is a bearish confirmation of candlesticks there, and the market travels like 61 pips first against the idea before it accumulated a total 1,320 pips in 5 hours and 25 minutes. First stopping at the New York opening price. New York opening price, there is a pause there. There's a little pause, and that pause goes on for like 40 minutes. There's that pause that's going on for like 40 minutes, 35 minutes before the market at 15 minutes past 6, it just tanks down. And again, the resistance for that pause, that range, is happening again right at yesterday's high price level. With all this price level was just a high volume area, and also a low from the 3 p.m. hour time. So market moves lower and then a little bit of a pause, just straight bearish candlesticks, one bullish candlestick, straight bearish candlesticks, one bullish candlestick, and then two bullish candlesticks, and then eventually the market pauses again successfully right here. So this price point is just half past 7, 35 minutes past 7. The market pauses, and this price level is it is a level yesterday. It's a level. Well, not so much to be explained. Then the market moves up back to the opening price of the day. So from that opening price of the day, there is a test. The market moves like a max of like 100 pips against the idea before providing a possible 614 pips in 1 hour 55 minutes, right? And also, that isn't just the opening price of the day, that's also Tokyo's low price that has been respected. And we see that also Tokyo's opening price was a significant price point as well. So, and then the market moves down and pauses at yesterday's first high that it made, right? The first high, yesterday's New York trading accumulated. That's where the market pauses at 10 minutes, 15 minutes past 9. There's a move up back to the previous day London session high. So from that previous day London session high, there is like a range. Market is traveling probably 23 pips before traveling and 97 pips to the downside. And then again here we see that there is a respect of that yesterday's London session high, which was once a high of the day. Confirmation candlestick, the market moves 190 pips in 5 minutes. That's a high volume day. And this pause is happening at another price point, which yesterday the pause is happening at another price point, which yesterday it was also once a high, the highest price New York had created. We see the market that's pausing there, but not so much liquidity moves from there. So let's finalize the point. The price points that resulted in the most liquidity moves so that day was this yesterday's highest to the pip traded price point. If I was to enter a bearish candlestick entry there, would see the market travel minus 52 pip against the idea in 15 minutes before traveling the 305 pips in like 55 minutes, pausing at the New York session opening price, and then after pausing at the New York session opening price would see a continuation down to the opening price of the day, having accumulated 588 pips in 2 hours and 25 minutes. And after that pause, another accumulation down until we stop at 25 minutes past 7 at yesterday's um New York lows during a specific I think what time was this? Yeah, 9 p.m. lows, 9 p.m. lows from yesterday, and then the market retraces back to the opening price of Tokyo, to the opening price of the day, to also Tokyo's lowest traded price, and it doesn't close above that area but respects, and then there is a continuation move which is 1,297 pips. And from the perspective of the opening price system, you'd say the market moved 91 pips against the idea before traveling 600 pips, 614 pips in 2 hours. A break-even system would have been necessary there because it'd be spiked up at spiked out at 3:30, 8:30 is a spike to the upside, and then the market continues to the downside. So that is all. The opening price of the day resulted in another liquidity move, and also yesterday's highest traded price point at 20 minutes past 4. And lastly, I know the max available selling for the day was like we see the largest we've seen in the last in this year, 1,367 pips in 5 hours, and the largest available buying was 423 pips in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Yet the last day before this was a bullish close, and this buying is happening at yesterday's highs of the session, right? That ends the video. Total price change. The total price change was 467 pips, which is minus 2.6%. In terms of the total day, it's not too aggressive. So I want to know, we know it's 1,300 pips. That was New York's pips, right? New York's pips was that. This one was 200. London was also 300, and then this one was 1,300.